Book 2, and this is the page that says at the top, caged keys, and we'll get into what that means later. But it also says 1, 4, 5 primary chords, C major. And we've talked about that in other videos on theory, what a 1, 4, 5 chords are, and that the 5 chord can be a 7th chord, which we call the dominant 7th chord. So in this key, we've got, at the bottom of the page, you've got the charts for the chords, and we have a C chord, which is the tonic chord, the 1 chord, and then F, which is a full bar chord, and we're getting into full bar chords at this point of the book, and it's a subdominant 4 chord, F, and then the G7th is the dominant 7th, the 5-7 chord. Now, and we've talked about cadences, so that doesn't sound complete until I resolve it back to the 1 chord. So you'll hear that. That needs to resolve, come back to the home chord. In most songs, it'll sound incomplete if you don't. So that's really basically what it is. I just played it, and we're doing a pattern of down, up, down, up, up, down, up. We're doing that pattern, and down, up, down, up, up, down, up, and then down, down, up, down, up, down. So there's a couple of different rhythms that we're doing that gives it a variety and makes it sound cool. So work on those strums and work on the counting. And so what do I mean by caged keys? Well, in the guitar, on the guitar, if you think of major chords, like they're different shapes, and C major would be a different chord shape than A major, right? And so if we go in the order that spells caged, those are the 5 major chord shapes that are different from each other. And they do have a relationship to each other. We'll get into that much later, but this is just an introduction to that concept of caged. And it's C shape, A shape, G shape, E shape, and D shape. Later on, we can bar each of those shapes. The most common bar chord is like what we just did, the F chord, is really an E chord shape moved up. We refinger it and bar our first finger. So that's the E shape on F. This is the E shape chord on G, and so on. So they can all be, and just to give you a hint of what caged is really all about, if I were going to play all 5 of these shapes on the same chord root, C, you would have a C shape, followed by an A shape, followed by a G shape, followed by the E shape, followed by the D shape, and that spells caged, right? And then you come full circle, and you're back to the C shape, barred 12 frets higher. So it's C, A, G, E, D, spells caged. And you can go backwards. They're all C chords. So, and they can all be barred up and down the neck. A lot of guitarists, they only bar the E shape and the A shape, and that's the only ones they learn. But you can bar all 5 of those shapes. A lot of people complain about the D shape because it's kind of a stretch, and the G shape, you wouldn't just bar a G chord like that. I would leave out the first string and put the pinky in the bass like that. Okay? So hopefully that explains it a little bit, but we're going to go through all these keys just with open string chords. So the key of C again, I'll play it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, so that's the key of C, doing the 1, 4, 5 chords. And we're going to go through the next key will be the next letter in the word cage, A. And we'll do A, and so on. And then the next one will be G, and then E, and then D. So we'll do all 5 of those keys with open string chords. And just as a basic introduction to the concept of caged and the 5 major chord shapes. So hit the like button and subscribe to this channel, and also like my John Hedger Guitar Studio Facebook page. And I'm also on Instagram. All right. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.